Hey guys, it's me, Meteor. I'm finally going to be answering the questions from the Q&A this time, and I'm going to go ahead and start reading these questions off. I'm going to have to split this up into two videos because I did get a lot of questions, so thank you for that. So let's go ahead and begin. The first question was actually from MJC. He actually wanted to ask this in the last one, but he kind of forgot the question. This question is, what advice would you give for overcoming mic shyness? Or basically being afraid to record yourself over a microphone? That is a pretty big question. I mean, there are many ways to do that. I mean, pretty much the biggest problem is getting over your own voice. A lot of people hate their voice because they hear oh, I hate my voice. No one's going to like my voice. But if that was the case, I mean, people don't really argue about that in real life. You have to get used to getting over your own voice is the biggest problem. I hated my voice originally too, and also talking to a blank screen sometimes feels a little odd. Just imagine it. I mean, imagine it like you're talking to somebody over, I don't know, over gameplay. Say you're talking to someone another side of the world or U.S. whatever, or even your friend who lives down the street that you're playing an online game with. You have no issues talking to them or over a Bluetooth headset or anything like that. I would, if you feel bad talking over just a normal microphone, try talking with a headset first. Can make things a little bit easier, or maybe even having someone next to you to really talk to, just to practice that up. There's no real way to really get over it except practice. Maybe even record a few videos yourself without actually posting them, and actually hearing them back. And actually, that way you can, by hearing your voice over and over, you'll actually be able to, I don't know, get used to your own voice. That's the biggest trouble I could have. The first videos you're going to make are going to be terrible. First videos I made were terrible, just like my really old Pokemon battles I used to make way back in the day. Those are just abysmal, but I started somewhere. We all start somewhere. I started off recording with a really old crappy camera and then kind of extracting the sound from that. That's what I used as a microphone because I didn't have any other quality. But yeah, that's pretty much all I could say. Just practice and just keep maybe talking to your, maybe even try to record a couple things with the friends, and then after you're getting used to talking to them in gameplay that way, just start going yourself because it is really awkward to talk by yourself over a microphone. That's all the advice I could really give. I mean, like I said, that might not really help, but it's something. It's anything. I don't know where I'm going with this. Alright, let's move on to the next question now. Let's see here. What's the next one? What is your opinion on Kirby Mass Attack? Being this is the hardest Kirby game to 100%, having weird controls and whatnot. I personally love Kirby Mass Attack to a degree. I would not play it out of my own free will ever again because I just could not stand those controls. There's sometimes where I'm trying to grab those little Kirby's, alright, good, good, and then the screen scrolls and one of the Kirby's gets caught off in a certain part when I was trying to actually, and because of what isn't following the actual thing properly, and actually ends up dying immediately, therefore making me lose my gold rank or any other rank I had. I personally wasn't a big fan. I didn't even bother finishing all the achievements in that game because I have yet to meet one person ever who actually 100% of that game without save states. That means no Wii U version, no emulator, the actual physical cartridge for the DS. I have not seen anyone 100% that game because it is just so frustrating and difficult, and some of those achievements are near impossible. Just try doing, what is it, 9-8 using an doing wait, no, I'm sorry, 5-8. Doing level 5-8 without what is that? Without save states, that's just frustrating beyond all heck because that one little bat, yeah, even if I did a let's play of that game for whatever reason, I guarantee you I will not be 100%ing it ever. You cannot make me play that game enough to do that. I will get all the rainbow medals, I'll get some of the achievements, but I will not bother getting 100%. Just saying. Let's see. Dreamland Kirby asks, oh yeah, that last question from Lennox Plays. This question's from Dreamland Kirby, who asks, do I have any YouTubers I like to enjoy to watch? Well, there are a few here. In terms of Let's Players, my favorite is always going to be Nakatolili. He just has a dry sense of humor that I tend to like. He's actually very informative, and whenever he pairs up with his partner Ogre, oh man, the dry humor they have together is just hilarious. I think that's he's my favorite YouTuber in that regard. In terms, let's see, Mega64, I enjoy. Trying to think of what YouTubers I really watch. There's, in terms of the MLP side, I like Lily Pete a lot. She tends to be criticized for being some of the most cynical in the fandom, but I think she makes a lot of good points regarding the fandom and everyone else that people just who don't want to hear it and just like, oh no, bad. But to me, it sounds like she makes a lot of good points. Trying to think who else here. Let me go to my subscriber feed real quick and look up here because I honestly don't remember who else I'm even subscribed to. Uh, let's see here. I'm terrible. I don't even remember the people I'm subscribed to here. Let's see. Chugga Conroy, of course. Runaway Guys, I watch from time to time. Silly Philly Studios. Tora Kirby, I watch from time to time. Ashens. Hmm. College Humor sometimes has funny stuff. Not very rarely. Minute Physics is always very interesting. But yeah, just random people, really. That's pretty much it. Let's see here. Let's move on to the next question here. Pikachu Swagmaster asks, if you know the Pokemon that are mythical, then what is your favorite mythical Pokemon? And if you don't know the difference, then just say your favorite legendary. My favorite mythical is Shaman Skyform. That's not my favorite, that's his favorite. If I'm not mistaken, mythical Pokemon are Pokemon you obtain in events, but cannot obtain in game, and legendary Pokemon are Pokemon you can capture in game. Right? Right? That's the difference. I'm not crazy. Alright, if that is the difference, then I'm going to say, I hate to sound like a Gen 1er here, but really, Mew is just adorable. I just love that thing so much. And even seeing it in Pokemon Snap with its whole, seeing it in the Rainbow Cloud is just adorable. I can't help but just smile every time I see Mew. It's just so awesome. I haven't really seen that kind of cuteness with any other legendary. I thought Shaman was pretty cute too, but then I saw its sky form. I have to disagree with you there. I really don't like its sky form. To me, it kind of looks like a Leafeon reject, and its voice from the anime is just. But I mean, if you like it, I'm not. That's your opinion, but that's not mine. All right, moving on here. What's my all-time favorite Pokemon? Ah, honestly, I don't even know what mine is at this point now. Maybe. Maybe Whimsicott. I like Whimsicott a lot. Whimsicott is really cute and adorable, and it's so fluffy. I just love that thing. It's just so cute. I don't know. I love Whimsicott so much. So that's pretty much that. Let's see here. Sawyer Ham just posted the question. Fire Emblem. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I despise Fire Emblem. I played Fire Emblem before. If you want to see my reaction the first time I ever played Fire Emblem, this here is a picture of the first time I was ever playing Fire Emblem. Notice the expression. Now here is the second picture of me playing my second Fire Emblem game. You'll notice there's no picture there, because after playing Path of Radiance, I don't ever want to play another Fire Emblem game. I'm not a big fan of turn-based strategy. I heard a lot about Fire Emblem, so I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Not after getting pretty much when I get to the end of the level, and then I end up killing myself because I let my healer stay in the back and get killed by some random thief that pops out of a door. At that point, I can't. I really forced myself to finish that game, and I'm not going to be giving another chance. I'm not going to be spending money to give another time a chance in that game. But I mean, if you like Fire Emblem, good for you. That's just not my series. That's not a fan. Let's see here. Uh, who is Baby Mario Peiko says, who is your favorite Kirby character? If it wasn't obvious enough, besides Kirby, it's Ribbon, because Ribbon is so awesome and adorable. Although we've only seen her one game, I just love Ribbon. Ribbon is so awesome, because Ribbon is great. I had this custom made from Lexi, because Lexi's awesome, and she does some good work. Alright, let's see, who else? Let's see here. D's Nuts says, question for your QA, do you only play games? How about blogs in your channel? Yeah, I only pretty much play games. The only real other series I have on my channel besides Let's Plays or Pokemon Battles I had way back when are the new What is Kirby Canon series, which is doing a great job, but I can't really see having too much more content like that. I'll get more into that later. But in terms of vlogs, the closest thing to a vlog I've done on my channel are my plushie videos when I discuss some kind of current event or something that's going on in a way that is somewhat entertaining with the plushies. That's the closest I could think of. Let's see here. Way Too Irish asks a very interesting question. What is it about Kirby that strikes your interest? I was never fond of it due to no challenge whatsoever. Believe me, I cannot tell you how much I play Castlevania, Contra, and the Souls games, Bloodborne included, in my spare time. You should also have an actual counter in your videos. What? You should also have an actually count. You should also have an actually count in your videos. You say it a lot. I do, don't I? I do say actually quite a lot. Anyway, I didn't actually see that last part. I just saw that first part. I think you might have added that later. In terms of why I like Kirby so much, I don't know. Kirby is one of the few games that actually stays to its roots. Most games, Metroid or pretty much all Nintendo games nowadays, are like, let's try something different. Whereas Kirby's like, hey, we know what you like. Let's do that again and make it better. And Kirby has some of the best bosses I've seen from any franchise. The HAL are probably the only developers that think, a final boss. I know, let's actually make this good. Let's make this final boss something awesome, something amazing, something with great music, something you'll remember for the whole game that'll stick with you to the end. I haven't really seen, played, now trust me, I play a lot of hard games out there. I play Toho, I play Rayman Origins, Donkey Kong Country Returns. I play a lot of really hard platformers. I play a lot of really hard games, and I enjoy them. But Kirby does have challenges as well, trying to get 100% in some games, like trying to beat the true arena without abilities. That's a whole nother ball game. Or even beating the other arenas from other Kirby games, also a challenge. Kirby Mass Attack, trying to 100% that game is no. So to say there's no challenge in Kirby game is kind of, I mean, if you want to just rush through the game and beat it, yeah, you're right, it's easy. But if you want to actually do all 100%, do all the extra stuff, I tend to disagree and say it's a lot harder than that. But I just find that certain, and the charm with Kirby is so great. Like it's not trying to be realistic or gritty or blood. It's just happy fun. That's all video games should be, just happy fun. I just love Kirby for that very reason. I mean, you can't see Kirby and not just love him to death. I don't know. That's just what I personally love about the Kirby series. And hey, and whenever there are spin-offs, they are probably just as good, and they never actually forget about their old roots. They make spin-off games and they make great games. Oh, Metroid. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Moving up here, Lancelot. No, I'm not gonna answer that question. Let's see here. What is the hardest arena boss endurance in Kirby in your opinion? This is from Speedy Flying Ninja Koopa. The hardest true arena that I've done so far, I have not played Robobot. Seriously, guys. Oh, God. I have not played the game. Okay, I'm sorry, going off a rant here. But I would say my favorite, or my hardest one I found so far, is probably the true arena from Triple Deluxe. Now, Return to Dreamlands was relatively easy. You could stand in a corner for like 90% of the battles and just avoid all attacks. Like all of them. It's just like, okay, cool, it's going to wait for you to give an attack here. Up, dodge, alright, cool. It's just playing the waiting game. Triple Deluxe doesn't play that crap. It's like, oh, you're going to hide in a corner? Here's an attack that goes in the corner. Try dodging that. It just attacks home in on you. It's a lot faster paced. There was a lot to dodge and a lot to remember. And not to mention they had some kind of secret boss at the very end, like another form added on to what you're already fighting with Queen Sectonia. It was great. It was fun. It was hard. It was awesome. But if we're not going to include two arenas, I would say, or even the second place would easily be Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. That game's arena, or boss endurance, drove me insane. I cannot tell you how much I was stressing over trying to beat that one arena, pretty much only due to the final four, or pretty much Dark Mind Form 1. It's one thing for bosses to have times or points where you could hit them. Okay, certain points you can hit it, that's fine. But combined with the rest of the arena where you can't really detect any patterns. Some attacks you can't physically dodge, and Dark Mind Form 1 having an actual mirror barrier that blocks like almost 50% of the attacks you shoot at it while trying to dodge everything else, it was bad. Pretty much, if I have to defeat a boss by getting lucky and inhaling 2 stars at the exact same time, when your inhale radius is about this small, You have got to be kidding me. That is not even remotely close to fair. And I think Darkmind Form 1 had to be the hardest boss I've ever faced in an arena or boss endurance with no abilities. That boss just drove me nuts. But that's about that. I think I'm going to cut the questions off there for this video. So if you haven't got your question next, I'll get to you it later. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.